Now we understand they're moving on to a ceasefire, and not just a couple of days like last year, a sustained, maybe even longer than 6 months type ceasefire. Are you aware of this, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yes, I'm aware of it. I hope they can get Taliban's agreement on ceasefire. Whether we hope it will be a prolonged ceasefire, but even if it's short term, let's say for Ramadan or Eid, then that will give us space for inter-Afghan dialogue to take place.
How difficult would it be logistically to do a ceasefire? I mean, last year, how did that work?
Last year was a test for both sides, and from that test, Afghan people were very happy because there were absence of fighting for a few days. Afghan government took good lessons from it, but Taliban took bad lessons from it. Taliban's view after that became that if they go for ceasefire, they're not organized force, then their people would run away. But if they want this country to have peace, then they should take that risk.
Could you put a number on how likely you think it is that Afghanistan would see a sustained ceasefire, let's say by the end of the year?
No, I'll give it 7 out of 10 possibility that we will see a ceasefire before the end of this year, a sustained absence of active war.
That's a good number. What makes you feel that way?
There are many symptoms. There is international will for peace. There is Afghan will, like you saw the interest of the people of Afghanistan that is expressed in the Loya Jirga here. And then within Taliban also we feel or we know there are significantly growing number of their leaders that want peace and that want to go for a ceasefire.
Would you like to meet with the Taliban?
Yes, of course. If I want peace with Taliban, obviously it starts with meeting with them.
These talks are taking place in Doha. You are here in Kabul watching remotely. Do you feel sidelined?
No, that word sideline is actually not applicable because the US started talking to Taliban after a prolonged consultation with the Afghan government and the Afghan political elites. They're trying their best to brief the Afghan political elites and the Afghan government and the High Peace Council. They're briefing us. Sometimes there are complaints that it may not be enough briefing. But the purpose was that Americans will meet with Taliban to pave the way for official Afghan government-Taliban talks. And I think they're moving into that direction.